what's causing it on Mars. Okay? That's logic to me. Okay? Martian ice shrinking dramatically. Their polar ice caps are melting, ours are thickening. Right? But once again,
Sheila Jackson Lee knows we got that data from when we landed on Mars.
yeah.
Bob, it sounds very simple the way you describe it. The sun doesn't. But what about the protective ozone layer that they have found has huge holes in it, which are, the ozone layer is a protective layer that protects us from the hot and UV rays, right?
Yes.
But those so-called holes that have been created by man's activity, I guess, have become increasingly larger, and there's been a lot of, I guess, science that proves all of that. So where does that fit into your picture?
Well, I've never heard the ozone hole directly tied to global warming, but I do know one thing.
Why do we wear all the sunscreen, you know, to protect us?
Well, the theory is that chlorofluorocarbons increasing in the atmosphere has led to a larger ozone hole. That's the theory, right? CFCs led to a higher ozone hole, right? More sunlight's come through, right?
Man-made, right?
The problem is, one, they don't know what a big ozone hole is because the first measurements came in about 1950-something. Two, we banned ozone, or CFCs, back in 1980, and the ozone hole is today reaching record highs. So even after we banned it 20 years later, the ozone hole is reaching new highs. So more than likely, it's a natural cause of the ozone hole, which, by the way, is probably due to the sun. Because what's causing the ozone to begin with anyways is the solar energy. So it's kind of logical to think that if the sun's hitting a record high, solar winds are hitting a record high, your ozone hole is probably going to be the record high. And that's what I would bet. But I've never heard ozone hole tied into global warming.
Have any of the global warming scientists that say it's anthropogenic causes, do they say that the ozone has anything to do?
I have not heard, I've heard the ozone hole tied to CFCs. I've never heard it tied to global warming. But
even they don't say it.
yeah, I've never heard it. If you can find that, Elgar, I'd like to know about it. But in bottom line is, we banned CFCs a long time ago, and the ozone hole is hitting records. So if anything, banning the CFCs may have caused the ozone to get bigger. Okay? So, but, because typically you would expect them to have decreased, but they didn't. Here's the other thing that I find interesting, and I love the way that they kind of skirt around the issues. CO2 highest in 650,000 years. Well, we know that's not true. But more importantly, they kind of overlook this. Methane in the atmosphere is now higher. Okay? So I